Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way, and we're back again for yet another match preview. It does feel like the fixtures are absolutely relentless at the moment, which they are, of course. We are playing midweek weekend, up until the World Cup that starts in the middle of November. So a relentless fixture list at the moment, and the games are getting tougher and tougher because, of course, our next game is Millwall away. Watford just coming off the back of a fantastic 2-1 victory over Norwich. I've done my own match reaction to that, so if you've yet to watch that, go onto our channel and you'll be able to find my match reaction to the Norwich game. A superb Watford performance, especially in the first half, and hopefully we can continue that going into this Millwall game. Millwall at the moment, in terms of how they're playing, they're looking really, really good. In their last 3 games, they've drawn 1 and won twice. So 7 out of 9 possible points for them, beating Middlesbrough and Bristol City on the bounce as well. And it is always going to be a really, really tough game. Millwall's tough anyway, but going there on a Wednesday night, it's going to be cold, it's going to be tough. The fans are going to be on our backs. We're playing away from home. Watford have got injury issues as well, of course. And yeah, it's just going to be a really, really tough game, as is every championship game, of course. And then obviously at the weekend, we've got Luton Town. And do not worry, that will be getting its complete own match preview, an extended match preview actually for that big game at the weekend. But let's focus on Millwall and how the Watford team is going to shape up. We're yet to hear back from the FA regarding Imran Loser's charge for allegedly spitting at a Swansea player during our defeat to them. In my opinion, if he was guilty and they had clear video evidence of him doing that, I do feel by now the charge would have been made. Of course, he scored in that game against Swansea, a fantastic volley from Imran Loser. And I really hope he doesn't get banned. And actually, if he does get banned and he is found guilty, of course, he does deserve that punishment. But for Watford's sake, and for us to challenge for automatic promotion, he's such an important player. I actually said it in my Norwich City preview. He just provides that key link between the midfield and the attack. So I really hope Imran Loser avoids that charge from the FA. I really, really hope he does. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. In terms of key plays for Watford going into this game, it's going to be really, really physical. I think Yassir Asprilla should probably sit out of this one just because he's such a slight player. Obviously, he's just come over from Colombia. Like João Pedro, when João Pedro came over to England for the first time, he didn't really have a lot of muscle and he did struggle in terms of the physicality at times. So I think maybe if Asprilla sits out of this one and we change the team ever so slightly, I think Keenan Davis is going to be key. I wouldn't be opposed actually to seeing Vacuum Bio come into this team, maybe playing a 2 up top for this game. 2 big target men in Keenan Davis and Vacuum Bio, I think could work really well against the Millwall defence. And actually, Millwall only sit 1 place below Watford in the league table by goal difference as well. So, they had a very, very similar start to the season in terms of points accrued. And going to the Den, especially on a cold, chilly weeknight, is always going to be tough. So I'd probably look to play 2 up top in this game. In terms of the wingers who I'd play in the wing, hopefully if João Pedro's fit, he will play a part. But I really like the fact that Slaven Bilic moved Ismail Assar over to that left-hand side. And actually, we saw in the Norwich City game how well that worked. He plays on that side for Senegal anyway when he goes out on international duty, and I thought he did really, really well in that Norwich City game. My personal man of the match, alongside Imran Loser, joint man of the match, if you will. So yeah, hopefully Ismail Assar plays on the left-hand side. And it is all about rotation at the moment. Obviously, we don't have that much squad depth, so it is quite hard to rotate players, especially defensively. But I hopefully we see some new players in this game. Vacuum Bio getting a chance. Samuel Kalu did make an impact off the bench against Norwich City. First time we've seen him this season, I think, as well. And yeah, Tom Deli Bashiri's come back from injury. Some other players are getting close to fitness as well. I think Mario Gaspar, Slaven Bilic mentioned in his pre-match press conference, is getting back to fitness as well. So we do have a few options there. Craig Cathcart as well, I thought was superb against Norwich City alongside Dan Gosling. So a lot of players at the moment are putting in some good performances. I just hope we continue this good run of form we're on at the moment, the good performances we've shown. And if we can beat Millwall and then go into that Luton game and potentially win that as well, then all of a sudden it's looking really, really good for Watford. In terms of my score prediction for this game, of course, I'm going to predict a Watford win. We've actually done really, really well on Sky Sports this season. I think we've won nearly every game that's been broadcast live on TV this season. So fingers crossed, that's a good omen for Watford. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Watford win. and I'll go with Ismail Assar and Keenan Davis getting the goals in this one. Let me know your score prediction down in the comments section below. As I mentioned previously, I may be doing a live match watch along for this game, as of course it is live on television. So let me know if you want to see that as well. And apart from that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and fingers crossed Watford can win this game. Come on, you Hornets.